So by adding the define in front of the Mac, Mac has become DMAC in 1995. The company behind that DMAC is General Electric. The CEO of General Electric that time was Jack Welch, right? So that's how Mac has become DMAC, and then towards 2000, Lean and Six Sigma got integrated. Six Sigma can focus on defect reduction. All the internal failures will be reduced by Six Sigma, and Lean uh, will try to speed up your business process. As a result, you will achieve the required quality very fast, and that's why Lean got integrated with Six Sigma. And nowadays, everywhere the Six Sigma is implemented as Lean Six Sigma approach only, right? We'll see that. And now coming to business scenario today. You take any field, any product, any service. Traditionally, we all believe that a gain in one performance area require a trade-off in one or more of the other dimension. For example, I want the best quality. Then what will happen to the cost? Cost will be more. As a customer, you want high quality, but you don't want to pay more. So when I increase the product quality, obviously cost will also increase. So when I improve one aspect, the other aspect is going down from the customer's perspective, right? And similarly, when you want more quality, then delivery, you have to wait a longer time, isn't it? These are all generally, people believe it to be. We call it traditional strategy. But there is a strategy by which you can really gain performance in all the areas. That I mean, you can improve the quality. At the same time, you can achieve the required quality faster. At the same time, you can make your products available at a very, very competitive price in the market. That means all the buying decision that can happen in the market will come in your favor. Is there a strategy which can help you do that? That strategy is named as Lean Six Sigma strategy. That is why every company is running towards Lean and Six Sigma, and there is a lot of demand that exists for Lean Six Sigma professionals since its evolution from Motorola. And see here, high quality, at the same time your price is competitive, at the same time you are able to deliver faster. In all the dimensions you are standing better, and this has currently become a need of the hour. I'm sure all of you will agree with me. Be it anything, as a customer, if you look at anything, then you will be able to better appreciate the requirement of all three dimensions. If you don't understand this logic, and if you really suffer in any one of the aspect, then obviously your competitor is going to grab the opportunity. So customers are always limited, but service providers and manufacturers always increasing. So it's very important you understand, and then you outperform your competitors. Otherwise, your competitors might outperform you. Right. Now, there is another dimension which all of us needs to understand. There is a demand, or for price pressure. What is this price pressure? Always know the market expects you to reduce the price. Nowadays, while signing the work contract itself, this clause is also added. We are okay with everything, but year on year, will you accept to reduce the price at least by 5%? Product is same, quality is same, but price alone should come down every year. Now, this is called price pressure. So how to manage this? Let us understand what actually constitutes the cost of the product. The first thing that constitutes the cost of the product is the base cost. What is this base cost? The raw material, the machining cost, the operator cost. No, isn't it your overhead? And these are all called base cost. And the second one, even if you are a big company, there will be some internal failures. If you are a small company, there will be external failures happening more in magnitude than the internal failure. In my opinion, this is how you can differentiate whether a company is big or small, right? If the external failures are happening, that means they are not proactive, they are reactive, right? And so that failures will lead to a cost called cost of poor quality. Over and above, you have to fix your margin. What do you call it? Profit. Add all the three. That will be the cost of the product. And now I want you to reduce the price of your product. Tell me what should be your priority? Is that your priority is to reduce the base cost or reduce the cost of poor quality or reduce the profit? I want the participants to pick an answer for this. There are three options. Which one will you pick? Come on, all of you can try to answer. Okay, there is Sashikant answered it in the chat. He says it is cost of poor quality. And Raman also accepts on the cost of poor quality. Now, Bhagwan, yes, beautiful. All of you are coming on. That means you know how to prioritize, isn't it? I have not asked what should be your option. Option can be your base cost also. Option can be your cost of poor quality also. Option can be compromising profit also. But when I say priority, the priority should be on cost of poor quality, right? So prioritization is one important skill which every professional should acquire. So working on base cost directly is not a great idea. Compromising the profit is also not, should also not be your priority. That, but definitely reducing cost of poor quality should be your priority. So let us talk about the cost of poor quality slightly to a deeper extent. So cost of poor quality. So before talking